does anyone want to do a recap of the previous session with the original characters?
I can do that if no one else wants to.
Go for it.
I spent the last couple of hours listening to it on 2 times speed. Turns out, Grail, you speak a lot faster than anyone else.
So if I speak fast, normally, if I like to speak even faster and you listen to it at 2 times speed, I'll sound even more like a chipmunk.
It was pretty good. Anyway, so
I hope you just enjoyed Al's chipmunk laugh, because I've heard it and it's pretty funny.
So we started our session, like, what, a month and a bit ago now? We had 3 sessions with our other people, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, we had just come back from the adventure in the whatever place that west south. No. That was when we had to escort the undying person.
Oh, right.
Whatever that was. Yeah, we just come back to Summerton from that and met up with Jaquan's mercenary friends in the camp. So after having all that, then we decided we actually would finally go to the Grove of Palaces, as opposed to the Grove of Icicles, because we couldn't, because we had a massive argument about about the palaces, ice palaces and stuff.
Yep. Well,
on the way up, we saw that basically Stumpflat and Hemulak had been either fully occupied or just, taken over by the mercenaries that had been coming in from the north, which is always fun.
At least at Hemulak, they were in the fort a bit more than just occupying the town, but still occupying town.
They probably wouldn't have any trouble dealing with the guards there if they wanted to, but so far it seems to be a standoff. Fun times.
Yeah,
anyway, so
they're not attacking anyway.
The impression I got was the fort was just was the more military place than the town. The town wasn't very
strategic.
Didn't have any strategic value.
Yeah, exactly. Apart from food and stuff.
Military strategic value.
Cool. We after that we basically headed straight to the Grove. We left Thadar outside with our donkeys, and we wandered randomly into the Grove, hoping to find somewhere that we wanted to be. We got distracted by strange voices, which turned out to be just a warning or a trap. We're still a bit unsure about that.
I'm pretty sure it's a trap.
Cool. Well, then we didn't set it off, which was good. And then we wandered into the actual trap with the skeletons and that orc that ambushed us out of the mist. Much hilarity happened, including Sean being the MVP, both by hold personing that orc, while Hypatia and Jaquan failed to hit it absolutely for about 3 rounds.
Yeah,
that was good stuff.
Right.
And then you also.
Why I've forgotten this.
And then you also saved what's your retainer's name that almost died?
Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron.
Yes,
yeah.
That one, yes. Went down but was healed, thank you very much. So after all that fighting, we met Brandon and Sebastian, as well as our goblin friend, and new deformed elf person, who offered us jobs pretty much, basically to go to the Slaughter Scar like where everyone else wants us to go, and destroy the fragment of Domar, yes.
The brothers were illusions, though, weren't they?
The what?
The brothers were illusions.
Well, they weren't there. Maybe
they weren't there.
They turned into mist and floated away, or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
They became the Estiendra, whatever her name was, the Sybil of the Lantern Bearer.
Indeed. So we got offered jobs, we got offered to rest here for a bit, and we got 2,500 XP. Thank you.
For lots of XP.
Did everyone update their characters?
Nope.
I have not.
What level are we? Let me check.
The level is based upon your XP. You had months to do it, right?
Yep.
Literal months.
Yep, we sure did.
I've got here in my thing saying,
I think I actually might have done mine. Never mind.
She would grant us 4,000 XP if we stuck around for the week, which we obviously do as we're XP whores.
Was it 4,000 or?
It was.
It was, but it had to be split equally between your multi-classes.
Yes.
If you've got multiple classes.
There's only one character with multiple classes, and they have 3.
Well,
Well,
that sucks to be you.
It was fine. I wanted to put it all in Wizard, but it's fine. Because I suck
But
at
you
everything.
Yeah.
Did you, because that was a good recap, thanks for that, Oz. Did you want, you can have an extra 50 XP for that recap.
Lovely.
Did you wish to, because I have had some chats with you away from the screen, Minerva, mention what we spoke about, or did you wish not to yet?
Yes,
have
I
time.
guess during the training, because it's like...
I just thought I'd just broach
Over-
that again, just because, just in case you had forgotten about it, since that was
No,
again,
no.
off screen.
I remembered, and my plan already has failed because I would not have that spell memorized. Because I had learnt a different spell before, like a day earlier. So I've actually swapped to, because previously the only spell I knew was Amnesia. So I was memorizing it every day. But as soon as I learn a new spell, I start memorizing that instead, because I don't know, my character kind of hates Amnesia. Weird. And also because the other spell is just so damn useful. I must use it every day. Like Mending. It's just the most amazing spell. So I won't be able to do that. So instead, I think I will go to see Sean as soon as it happens and be like, do you know how to get in contact with... Because I assume the lantern's nowhere around here. Like, we haven't seen her at all
No, you
while
have
we've
not.
been in. Yeah. I ask him. He seems to know stuff. He's got divine contacts. They know stuff. Do you know how to get in contact with the lantern? Or possibly what I should do with this tome? It started talking to me, and I like whisper sideways. It's kind of creepy. It wants to lick me.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Mark is a book.
It's definitely bad.
Not sure if I can contact the lanterns by any chance. Is that like the green lantern or the blue lantern?
The signal. The broken.
Yeah. But you're probably better off talking to Sybil about that, but she's not here anymore, is she?
No, she hasn't been around. You guys have been sitting
I
here.
send her.
Yep, you guys have been sitting here, chilling, relaxing, all that kind of stuff.
So
Training, learning.
This tome, where did it come from again?
The ogre? We stole it from the ogre?
Yeah. Did I cast Detect Evil on that one?
I think you did, and I think it was.
Oh, well, if I didn't, I will do it again because we're here for a week, so what the hell?
Yeah, it has evil
And I will say,
intent.
the book has evil...
That's even worse!
The book
I
kind of...
really don't want it.
Yeah, it has evil intent. I'm not sure that I'd be listening to anything it tells you to do.
Okay, I throw it away.
You really want to, but you
But I
don't really
can't.
want to, because,
Damn it.
you
It
know,
is so powerful and perfect for me.
it makes a good case.
It makes a good case. But I hate being licked. I can't make bargains with people.
But
I'll
you-
never be beholden to anyone. Damn it. It's not in my nature. Otherwise, it seems like a pretty good deal.
define anyone. Is a book anyone, even if it's talking to you?
Absolutely. I'd still be beholden to it. It's demanding something of me. No way. I must be free. No contracts on this person. This person is pure freedom or nothing.
I'm waiting for Den to post the "and I want to break free" meme.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking about leveling up
That's even better.
to do it. Just checking, is it a typo that fighters get additional attack at 15th level?
It is not.
Although in your rules, I think you said you get one at 10th.
10,
in
20,
your
and
house
30.
rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So
But
the difference from
you-
level 4 to level 5 is a hit die and slightly better Thaco.
plus,
No, that you also get a weapon specialization.
yes, if you have a look at the house rules,
Nah, that's what I'm not looking at.
yep, so you need to look at house rules. It's on page number 6. You choose a favoured weapon, and when you choose a favoured weapon, you can choose to either gain an additional attack with it, +1 to hit with it, or +2 to damage with it. And as a fighter, you gain that at level 5.
And 15.
And 15th, and again at 30th.
We're in for the long haul then.
What? Yeah, I must have a very old house rules. I've got 1.8.
This is 2.0. So let me just paste that again into... I'll post it into the Facebook one.
And I'm going to roll a d8 for my hit dice.
Sean, can you take this book off me?
Aww,
I don't know.
good number.
I'm not sure that I want to take it off you. Why would I want a cursed book?
Who said it's cursed?
It's not cursed.
Well,
it's just-
an evil book that wants to tell me to do stuff.
Plus, you know...
Pretty sure you can't use it, but okay.
You feel a bit jealous of giving it to Sean as well.
I don't want to give it to him. I want him to take it away from me. Damn it. Ah!
He's your friend. He only wants what's best for you.
I mean,
He said as much.
no. I'm going to try and get rid of that book. I'll work up the determination by, what would I do to get rid of a book? Half read it and then turn it upside down and leave it on the floor, because that's what I do when I really dislike a book.
Dog-ear the pages instead of using a bookmark.
No,
I have
there's
never done
something-
that. But I
They-
have ripped a page out of a book after I've completed that page.
Bend the spine,
there was-
bend the cover back more than 180 degrees, so it puts
This
stress upon the spine.
isn't Aaron. This is Minerva. The obvious answer is eat it.
Eat it.
Nom,
Oh,
nom,
God.
nom, nom, nom.
Oh,
Right?
maybe I'll get its power.
Right?
I'll have to boil it first.
Sure.
Don't
You're
wanna eat
still
that.
gonna eat.
Have you
you're still
seen
gonna
how
eat it?
Have you seen how big, like huge, this tome is?
Yeah,
It's like really big.
It's an
I don't-
encumbrance to book.
I don't think I could eat that much paper. I'm not that into
That's
sausages.
a meal. That's a meal.
It's,
Not
a,
that
it's a few meals.
Yeah, that's some serious rubbish, is what I'm saying. No, I call out for the broken.
There's no response. But after a little bit of time, someone else will appear.
Oh, is it Stabby?
It's
McStabs?
Diogo.
The gutter.
It's our goblin friend.
He will move out from the shadows, wander over, smile on his face. Well, it's not really so much a smile, it's more of a kind of a smirk. What is it that you want?
I was hoping to talk to your master about this this book. It's really starting to creep me out.
She is not available at this point.
Okay.
If you don't want the book, what is it you want with the book?
I just want to put it down and then never pick it up again.
Then put it down and never pick it up again.
I'm having some trouble with that. I was hoping she could help me.
She has other things to deal with.
Fair enough.
I will let her know that you have obsession disorders.
Excellent. Do you have any more of that water?
No.
Dang it.
Is there anything else?
Do you guys make potions or anything here?
To what end?
We could maybe give some of that gold back to you in exchange for them that you gave us. Instead of gold, we could have potions. You could have the gold again. You could pay
Did we-
off
did we
other
actually-
fools
I
to
don't
do
know- I
stuff
don't
for
think we
you.
got the gold yet.
We did get the
FYI.
gold.
Did we?
Yeah. He had 1,000 gold for us.
I am not interested in the gold. It is yours. Enjoy.
Oh. I just checked the gold. Is it still
Are
gold?
you sure we got it? Because I'm fairly certain we hadn't got it, judging from what I heard at the from the last session.
Did he give us the gold?
I thought he did he not? If not, then I don't know. Maybe he
I
did.
could probably over the week then at some point it happened.
They did say he has the gold. He'll give it to you.
Yes, and then all that the cells after was that he grinned and then nothing happened.
Well,
Okay.
in the
well,
time that would have taken after that, and you've been sitting around training, running around training, reading, training, etc. Training, you've got the gold. Training.
woohoo!
How much is that?
But he's
split
not
between all of
interested.
us?
How
He
disappointing.
doesn't want the gold. No. So what was that?
So-
Say, Oz?
We should probably add it to our character sheets then. How much did we get between us? If it's 6 of us, 1,000. Maths is hard.
There is 5 of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
is there 5 of us?
It's 200.
And we don't count the returners because they're directly linked to the people that they are with.
Correct.
Correct.
Cool.
So-
Awesome.
Effectively 20 platinum.
You have it in
Yeah,
gold.
we get that in
Only.
platinum pieces.
No, they're not a bank.
Ah,
You got it in gold. The deal was for gold.
This deal's getting worse all the time.
Yep.
I will take the extra attack ability, thank you, with my Ranseur.
Okay.
And I can't remember how to change my Thaco. Do I just shift?
Change
The
all
numbers
those
too?
numbers down by 1. Yep. If you want, the really easy way to do it, if you don't want to have to look at all of the numbers and you don't really care about the bar, just delete all of them except for to hit the armor class 0 number.
Nah, I'll just do all of them down. Because that's easy. It's just a click. Just a click.
Well, since Sean has been unable to help me, dang it, I'm gonna go ask Hypatia if she'll. She loves stealing stuff. I mean, taking loot. I mean, whatever things. Hypatia, this book's really nice. I thought maybe you could carry it. It's super heavy. I'm very weak. Please help me. Alan?
Sorry.
You feel like you probably don't want to let God out of your sight.
You don't want this book. Why do you want this book anymore?
Why don't I want it anymore? It wants to make like Faustian deals with me. I don't know, whatever the term for Faustian is in this reality. Although I probably wouldn't know what that is either.
Minervian?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh,
Well,
Aronian, surely.
Yeah.
I guess I could. I mean, I guess I won't do anything. I'm just going to stick it in my pack and probably get,
Too big for your
Flash
pack.
and Arrow. Well,
Yeah, it's huge. You'll have to like strap it to your back.
I'll give it to Aaron. He'll love that. He'll have fun carrying that one.
Oh no! And suddenly you picked up levels in Wizard and we all died. Yay!
But
I don't think that'll be a problem.
But then when you go to give it to Erin, you realise that Minerva's put it, she's put it behind her.
No.
Sure you want to give me that book?
As I said, you don't really want to let Goth out of your sight.
All right.
Is
The
anyone
next
else
day,
hearing, hey now, you're a Gothster?
I am really starting to hate this book because it won't let me do what I want with it. Curse you.
You seem to be conflicted there, Minerva. What's going on?
I want it to teach me Scribe the next day,
Sure.
since it says it can do that. So let's see if it can actually deliver on its deal. So it will teach me Scribe, and then the day after that, it's going to teach me Dispel Magic.
All right.
Seriously?
Which is a level that you can't cast.
That's right, but with Scribe, I can still put it into my spellbook.
Ah, okay.
So I will prepare. Prepare for my freedom. One day, I will be free of you. I can't do anything about you now, but you will regret this power you have handed to me. Yes.
I can't say, Minerva, that this is the strangest thing I've seen this week, but
Somebody take this book off me.
The top
Knock me
10.
unconscious if you have to. Ah! Minerva
You
starts
wake up.
randomly about weird stuff, although that's kind of in character for her anyway.
You wake up with a weird new scar and a bulge beneath it.
Okay, so I just need to roll how much damage I take. 1 second. So after putting magic that I have no right to know into my spellbook, I take 8 points of feedback. Delicious.
ouch.
And I can't be healed of that for a while. It heals over time. Sorry. I have to use my natural healing to get it back.
That sucks.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have got any back anyway. I'm just warming up my ones.
But that means that I can't put whatever spell I want into my spell book, because, I mean, otherwise I totally would. So that's 2 days putting up with this thing. Unfortunately, it's way too late to try using amnesia on it. Ooh! If it wants to make a true Faustian deal... No, I can't do that. That would kill Eki. No!
So these Faustian deals it's trying to make you do, can you tell us what they are?
It wants to eat me, slowly. It's going to devour me in exchange for power. Seems reasonable.
Hey,
It's a bit of a short-term game for long-term detriment.
I mean,
And-
it's not that long term. It won't take that long to kill me. Unfortunately.
what level of power is it offering you?
Well, I just put Dispel Magic in my spellbook, so pretty freaking good.
Except you
Sorry?
don't. Except you can't cast it, so it's a hollow power.
Yeah, but the likelihood that I could ever learn Dispel Magic was very low.
He's
So-
not too bright.
Yeah, so it's it is
Cleric,
almost
so-
like the perfect item for me because it can teach me spells, and I suck at learning spells. But it kills me. So
So how quickly does it kill you?
in about 20 weeks.
Well, if we smash out a level, I can help you get rid of that. So we've got 20 weeks to learn on your level.
Well, it makes me
doable.
weaker every week. So it means I'm more and more likely to die from other things. So
Sorry, you can be weaker than useless?
Minerva's not
I'm
the one
just-
that rolled 3 natural ones in a row in the last fight.
I'm just telling you what I can do for you.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds good. I mean, that's the best solution I have as well, and it'll take me way longer to be able to protect
If you
myself from it.
If you can
let's-
resist using it too much, then it probably won't kill you.
No,
straight
that,
up.
that doesn't matter because I can't put it down. All I have to do is be carrying it, and it's going to start hurting me. So,
Because someone read it.
yeah. Because I did want that power. I just don't want the other part of the deal. Seems bad, yo.
Is it permanent injury you're gonna cop?
Yes, it is permanent
That's,
injury. I'm
that's
going
pretty
to.
permanent.
Yep.
No,
Also
but
that.
Ask Mark,
the bit in the middle.
or Ask
Yes.
Brian.
Yes, the stuff in the middle is permanent.
So it offers you power but takes away life.
Yep.
Doesn't seem to be a great bargain. Why'd you take it?
I didn't take it. It's not a choice. I picked up the book.
And read it.
It's cursed.
You cast Detect Evil on these things, or get your local
I don't
friendly
have
cleric to do it
Detect
for you
Evil.
before you read it.
Yeah. We've been carrying it for ages. I don't know.
Mm.
I was always going to end up reading it. It's what spellcasters do. They read spellbooks.
Oh well, it's done is done. Let's go and get a level so I can fix your stuff up.
Well, if we talk to
Lashinara.
Lashinara, it's possible that maybe he could protect me from the curse, or maybe I can make a better deal with it if at some stage or something like that. I don't know. I try to renegotiate. Again, I say there is no way that he shouldn't be willing to accept cheese. Cheese is way more delicious than me. Everybody likes cheese, and I think that he's being entirely unreasonable to
Not
want
everybody
to
likes cheese.
devour me. Shro.
Cheese is really good. I've got a fridge full of it.
There's a lot of different types of cheese.
I should
It
go get
sounds
some.
like it's just lactose intolerant.
That'd be good.
You see, that's okay. I'm just pointing out when people go, man, I can't believe culture eats that thing. Anyway, I'm going to have some grilled rotting bovine lactation on toast.
Who are you trying to help, Jaquan? Stop arguing for the book.
Hey,
You go away.
Jaquan isn't arguing for the book. Jaquan's just wanting to help the Minerva he's come to know, who wants to find the truth behind things and for whom honesty and realism in the past is important.
Okay, I'm very soon going to... I'm going to learn Continual Light as my next spell, and then I'm going to cast it on your eyes, which makes you permanently blind if you don't go away.
I mean, why do we have to wait 20 weeks?
You could stab him now, I guess.
Yep.
There's no threat at that. Jaquana roll a 1.
Stab himself in the process. Does anyone remember if I rolled my hit points last session?
I believe you did.
Yeah, I thought I did.
I think that does sound vaguely familiar. Let's check the chat.
I know I leveled up without remembering it, so possibly a few other people did too.
It was some time ago. So, other than talking about a poor, defenseless, innocent piece of literature.
Oh, that's just what it wants you to think. Then you find out it's government propaganda.
It's just a TV guide.
Oh, so he's
the worst.
really cursed.
Maybe it's a Mad magazine. You will probably have come to the end of your training.
Do we have to spend any money on that, or was it not this case?
Not in this regard. The presence of where you are, the location is assisting you with your training.
Excellent.
It's very Zen-like. It's giving you...
Back here, every level.
You've got to find your way back here and be welcome.
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans? Now, I did ask you about this before. You can start trying to determine that or confirm what you were thinking of doing. Again, the Sybil is not here.
Well, I want to see Lashinara now, because I have issues.
Well, to be fair, Lashinar is kind of on the way to the Slaughter Scar, which is kind of where the upside down tower is, or inverted tower.
Yeah.
And since Julian's been making like 99 maps for the last 2 weeks, this whole interim thing was just so you could make 99 maps, wasn't it, Grail?
No, there was a number of reasons for it, and none of them were so I could make maps.
Now, I'm just checking, when we're talking about the Sybil, this is what she looks like, right?
Wait.
Correct.
I'm hoping people know who that is, or at least Julian knows who that is.
Ah, yeah. I used to love moonlighting.
Recognized.
Good, because otherwise it's just an attractive blonde, and my pun doesn't land.
I used to like moonlighting, and I used to like Sybil Shepherd a lot.
Hey.
Crush Time.
She's in other stuff too.
Yes, but that gives from moonlighting. So
I'm old enough.
to know better, young enough to say 4th edition's the greatest edition.
It is a pretty good edition of GURPS, I'll give you that.
Hey, GURPS is for people who can't settle, and that's fine.
I don't know.
Any rate, the decision we were talking about earlier this week was to go shopping and arrange a shopping list before we got here tonight, wasn't it?
Yep, and I certainly felt horribly at that.
Yep, I think we all failed horribly at that.
I succeeded at my intended goals.
Which was?
You had none?
Indeed.
I think was the general consensus to go to the Slaughter Scar? Or was there just no consensus at all? Or just no thought at all?
Do you think did we want to try and do a few other things and
On the way?
there?
Yeah,
There
I thought
are.
we were going to go through Somerton.
Well, we're going to go through Summerton because it's essentially on the way.
Yeah, well, that's all I
And we
wanted
can
to
we can certainly go to Lashanara and have a yarn with him and try and kill him again. We could go to the what was it? Lakima Keep? Is it?
Lacrima.
The creamer.
So I haven't zoomed into the map, so and deal with the was it a leash, a demi leash, or something like that?
Yeah.
No, you're getting
I
confused.
really
with,
hope not.
You're getting confused with
Yeah.
Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, this was Asher rack of lots of fun kitchen utensils.
If it was a demi-lich, we all die.
Yeah. It was a very aggressive spirit.
well, I know nothing about it because I was not with you at the time. So.
Yes.
All right. I've just posted all the things that I picked up from my notes in Discord. So that's a good start.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Al gave a million different quests that we could do.
Yep.
But literally the only thing that somebody wanted to do, which was Sean, was go to the Slaughter Scar. I'm not against it, so no vote against here. Are you voting for one of those things, Alan?
The only reason I say the Slaughter Scar is because smuggling doesn't seem to have any particular long-term goal.
Yep.
Krokar, bring back the dwarves. Well, we spent like 3 sessions looking for them. We couldn't find them, so going back and spending another 6 sessions looking for them
There's
seems
a door we couldn't
painful.
And to
Okay.
be fair, we are awful at looking for dwarves. Ask Brian.
Monster bounties or jobs from the keep. Which keep is that? Is that
In Summerton.
Somerton
Garrison.
They just have a whole bunch of stuff. Like if we kill, goblins or orcs or whatever, and bring back their heads, we have.
That sounds like just chump change on the way to do other quests. Doesn't seem like that's actually a quest we want to spend ages doing.
If we needed money, then. Possibly.
Yeah, but it's not the sort of. It's kind of what you're doing as a side quest while you're going somewhere.
I know. You get money, fame, notoriety, support of the
Sure.
important people in town because, that's what they want.
Kells Rise, we went almost there and then turned around and came back like 3 times. I don't know. There's just a few of those quests that I just don't see any point in actively chasing.
I
That's
would
fine.
be.
I'll just
I
put
would
it
be.
out there.
While,
Banshee, Lacrima Keep, that looks alright. The Kells Rise might be a good one to do.
What were you going to say, Oz?
I was going to say, if we are, as it turns out, the closest we're probably ever going to be to Arashu Valley right where we are at the moment.
Yep.
It's possibly a good time to see what's happening up there, because if there's a whole bunch of orc tribes showing up around there, people would probably want to know. And as what we've heard so far about that is just like it might be happening. There's like rumors and hearsay, but actually confirming that would be probably a help to. I mean, they probably wouldn't welcome the news at Summerton, but they'd prefer to know about it than not.
Well,
So what are the little triangles somebody's drawing on the things?
I put them on. They were things that happened. So, and places. So,
Marcus.
so over here, I'll choose a
Yep.
different colour one. It's a bit easier to see. I'll choose that one. All right. So this one over here, that was the Salt Spring Mine. Up here in
Where we lost a lot of people.
Yep, Narrashore Valley. That was where you came across the orc camp. The Grove of Icicles in there. You believe it's somewhere approximately there. These are approximations as well. Is where you currently are. This one down here is the old manor house in Kirkwall Ridge, where you lost Mark and found Minerva. And you found that the first time you came across
Sebastian and
Braden.
what's the name? Yeah.
No, you came across them first time up here at Hemulac, when they were little
level zeros.
Level zeros.
But we ventured down there with them, didn't we?
You ventured over to this side over here to the ruined keep.
Somewhere on that riverbank there.
Yep, over
Is
here.
where I turned up.
Yep, over this one over here was where you witnessed the presence of a worm kind.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
So they are just places that aren't otherwise on the map, so I just chucked little triangles there for you.
Did we didn't? Yeah. So you're saying these are places we went to that don't already have a significant thing.
Yes.
Because I know we've been to Androshell too.
Yes, but there is already there's already something on the map for Androshell.
Yeah, exactly. Cool.
So just checking, what did Minerva think we should do?
I posted a GIF of what I think we should do, but whatever.
Was that the book or
Yes, yes, it's the book.
what does Minerva think we should do out of the options that were being discussed?
Sorry, that's what I think we should do. Minerva thinks that we should hang on to the One Ring. I mean, the book. It's great.
Okay, because once we understand what Minerva thinks, we should ask the sixth member of the party.
Eki?
The book.
Oh,
So
well,
I just,
I was actually like, oh, I've got a solution. I'll ask him to be my familiar. We'll share hit points. He won't want to kill me. And then I was like, I already have a familiar. Dang it! That's fine. I'll just...
From the
Sorry,
jobs that
slowly.
we've got here, it seems like investigating the orcs, attempting to kill the banshee, because we actually have possibly stuff that can hurt it now, but and I guess the ruins of Androshell. I'd be happy just going around trying to clear out some more stuff, but that seems like seems like we probably need some backup for that if we're going to do that seriously.
Well,
What's that? The ruins?
Yeah, the ruins of Androshell. Because we went there once before and it was okay, but it seems to be a lot more than what's just. It'd take a lot to actually clean out that place, considering how much there must be underneath it.
Did you have an amazing cleric with you last time?
No.
you had a cleric.
Ooh,
didn't you?
harsh.
I was going to say,
Poor Nodgrim.
I feel like the
Well, we've done a lot.
equivalent levels
Technically-
of cleric have stayed.
Technically, you had two
I
clerics.
had
with you.
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Mark as well.
oh man.
Were they amazing?
Mark was a pretty good cleric.
Yeah. Mark was a character, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mark was great.
Nodgrim, not so much.
What a tragedy that he died.
Did he die, or did he make a tactical error that led to his soul inhabiting a different vessel?
I don't know. Maybe we could ask him.
That's one thing I was going to say. Is that that book is probably a good vessel for your soul, Minerva.
What's wrong with my soul?
Perhaps Mark's.
Do you mean Mark's soul?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not
Maybe.
sure we should feed Mark's soul to the book. That's
I can hear the slight edge of panic and fear in Aaron's voice.
That seems
And
bad.
I
I
think
don't
we
want to do
should
that.
we should definitely consider this. He thought Mark
Guys?
couldn't get desecrated even.
No. Also, Mark has a brother. I'm just saying, he lifts, bruh.
Are you the guys that fed my brother's soul to a book?
Yeah.
That's us. Nice. I hate it here.
I mean, maybe he might hate me. I'm not sure. We left in weird conditions. Under weird
Well, different character.
Yeah, different character. No, I don't think that's a good idea. I really think the best idea is to get rid of the book. You know, will only put me one step towards death by going to Arashu Valley. So I guess if that's what you want to do, then Minerva's okay with hanging on to the book forever until her death.
So we have been to the valley before.
You have
Yeah.
the Arashore
Yeah.
Valley. That was basically your first mission. You went up there and encountered the orcs. There was an
We
orc
set some
camp.
tents on fire. It was
Set some
awesome.
camps on
Yeah.
fire. Yep.
Sleep spell was used successfully.
I think you. That was one of the only times that Kerrit would cast a spell.
Yeah, that's right.
Kept going on about, I got the most powerful first level spell ever, and hardly ever cast it. Cast it on some orcs and cast it on some drunken miners at Silvermont. We were about to have a drunken set to. I think for the session when you encountered the orcs, Oz wasn't here though.
That's probably why I can't remember.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I was controlling Lenza.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
You
So-
shot some shit. It was
I was
good.
going to say. So
I mean, I was going to say, but that's what Lenza always does.
Yeah.
Whether it's
You also
killing
got
him-
shot. You also got shot back and went from 6 or 7
4
hit points down to 1 in a
Yeah.
single shot.
Sounds about right.
Then you ran away from combat because I was like, I'm not getting someone else's character killed.
Yeah, that, like the second session.
Yeah.
Cool. So, in regards to that job, then, what's the actual, like, what are we actually, if we're going back out there again, how are we gonna, like, what's the point? Was there actually a task by the keep for it? Because I think that, I recall vaguely that's what it was, but
Previously, there on Valley of the Obelisks, there was a request for you to head back to the Arashore Valley to see if there was any further information, because you did find that there were some orcs. You paid to those, but it was only a small camp. And you said that you believed there might be more, so you raised the alarm back at Sumberton. And yeah,
The Sarge.
the Sarge, yep. He said that, look, there's a standing offer that if you can go back, that would be, quite useful. Of course, the Sarge isn't there anymore.
And the people it was offered to are dead, officially.
hmm Look, Ledza would be probably keen to just do that while we're here. Like, it's literally, considering the scale and how long it takes us to get around this valley, the fact that it's literally basically just over those hills there probably is a good time
That
to
is
do it.
like-
to find some stairs, so he agrees because that gets us moving.
Okay. But just so that we're sure, that's going to take us like 3 days there and then 3 days back, or 2 days there and 2 days back.
Well, if we're going back to the Grove Icicles, we can probably just head straight to Stumpflat
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
or dive into the Bathwood.
Yeah.
We could even go back via Krukar and pass by the pass by the thing again.
Pick up the dwarves. We're going to do all the quests.
Yeah,
Actually, I
exactly.
kind of love that plan. That's hilarious.
This is when you go to get all the achievements. You're like, right, we're doing some
But look,
achievements.
we've got to do all the side quests before the next main mission down at the Slaughter Scar.
I'll just remind you all that the way I run the game is, and I gave you guys an option of this at one stage, so I'll just bring it back up
Reiterate.
again, that the meta plots that I have are there regardless of whether you want to interact with them. It's up to you if you want to interact with them. I'm not going to railroad you to interact with them. They are things that happen, and if you do interact with them, great. If you don't, great. Things will happen. The world's dynamic. People do things, etc. So don't feel that I'm forcing you to do any individual task or follow any set story mode. I did put a poll on Facebook before. Unfortunately, Oz, you're not on there. And said,
Yeah, that's fine.
what do you guys want? And I said, at the moment, I'm just throwing stuff to you, making it a bit sandboxy. Do you want this? Do you want meta plot? What kind of percentages do you want? And I think the consensus was still throw the stuff and sandbox at us, but a little bit of meta plot's not too bad. So I brought forward some of the meta plot angles a little bit to give you options to interact with them if you so chose. So
Sounds like a good plan.
it's up to you.
Cool. Yeah, well, again, that's at least for now. Linda would want to go to the Eldership Rally, see what's up with there, and then go from there. Pretty much. Almost everything else that almost all the other jobs that we have down here are basically like on the east or the southeast of of Summerton. So while we're up in this little corner of the valley, let's just do the thing.
So are you also wanting to do that, Jaquan?
I agree. We're here. Let's try and get it done.
All right. So
Okay.
at this point, you'll also notice that sitting off to the side is the gutter once more. He is just, seems to almost coalesce out of the shadows. He can either sneak really well, or there's something otherwise untoward all about it. Could be a bit of both. He has, in one of his twisted, gnarled hands, a roll of vellum. And he will wait till you've finished having your little discussion. And when there is a moment, he will wander over and he will hold it out. Someone can take it if they want. Otherwise, he's just going to look silly. Anyway,
I'll take it. No. Rock, paper, scissors.
Wait.
I'll Rochambeau you for it.
Sure, I'll go first. Fine, you can take it.
Alright, so let me just draw this. I'll get that. Alright, he'll just say, you asked last time that the Sybil spoke to you, or when she spoke to you, for a map such as the others had. Here is such a map. It has a task on it. When you feel free to follow, do so. It is an important task if you wish to enter the tower.
Oh, that's got my attention.
Let's unroll it and have a look at it.
There is that appears on the map. You all see that green rectangle?
Yep.
Yep.
Above Andrel Forest.
Andrel Forest.
Correct. There is a place there of cursed nature. A tree, one lone tree upon a hill. The heart of the tree is the key to enter the tower safely.
Ooh.
If you do not retrieve that key, it is likely you will fail. The Guardian will slay you.
I think we should go there first.
Down here, because there's two.
No, that second
The
one
one
down there.
above
Yeah,
Andrel.
the one above Andrel. That other one was just where the Vardo was. So
Okay.
that's
Pages
now
ago.
gone,
Cool,
so
cool.
we may as well get rid of that.
Cool. I think we should get this key thing. Sounds cool, but
That first, because it sounds like it's important.
Yep.
There is no rush on it yet. The forces aligned against the tower have not made any moves. In time they will. I do not know how many know. The Sybil does not yet have any understanding how many know that the tree's heart is the key, or if there is a key. But, of course, taking it first is having the power.
does the Sybil know if there's a bunch of orcs gathering in the Arashu Valley? Do you
What
know?
happens with orcs and he will say that with a mild case of disdain, is not the Sibyl's
Concern.
mind. She does not care for them at the moment, even if they were to rampage through the valley, which is unlikely, then the plans of the Sibyl would be undiminished. But there are far greater numbers of mercenaries in the valley now. Perhaps a rampaging horde of orcs would actually be good for the valley.
Mm.
Grievances could be set aside against a common foe. It is a possibility. But the orcs of the Arashore Valley, or the ones that came from the mountain, have yet to make any headway into the valley.
Okay.
The choice, of course, is yours. I was merely instructed to give you the map, to tell you what it spoke of. The decision is yours. I will leave you now. Unless you have anything else that you wish to ask.
Minerva, do you want to ask him to uncurse you from the book?
I already did.
As
No.
I have spoken to
Ah,
the Sibyl of your...
The first time.
I have spoken to the Sibyl of your
Kleptomania?
incident with the tome. She
Excellent.
laughed and said, in time, perhaps, but not now.
Yeah. I'd probably laugh too. That's fair. Still worried that I'm a fragment of her soul. Alright. Very
Well-
well.
I don't see the orcs as being a pressing concern. In that, as our good friend, what's he saying? The gutter said,
Fardriz the Gutter.
there is a mountain of mercenaries between Summerton and that, and the valley. If there was a rampaging horde of orcs coming down there, you've already got a massive army there to face off with it. Whereas the key is some sort of mystical, secretive hazard that not many people know about. We're one of the few who know about it.
We're in
Why?
competition with.
Why?
He came up under cursed.
Fuck's sake.
What's that? Was that a...
It's just road squeaking.
Hey, I'm not suffering in silence anymore from having seen it alone.
Why did you see it alone? Why did you see it at all?
I was trying to find a cursed tome gif. Tal said that showed up on the curse. I'm like, well, I don't want to be the only one who's seen it.
Oh, I thought you meant the movie. You meant the GIF.
I mean, either
the
way.
movie, the movie's pretty bad. Oh, it's better now. The original thing was real good. Yeah. Anyway, I do see what you mean, but I'd prefer, no offense to our benefactor here, but I'd prefer to confirm with my own eyes and about this. And on that other note, I will be lying if I had said it hadn't crossed my mind to perhaps encourage the orcs to get a move on into the valley. As he said, it may be an icebreaker of such for the Summerton and the mercenaries.
Not sure I'd encourage them to do it. Because there's still chances that they get down to Krokar instead. Or of going through the Stumpy Flat. And there's still plenty of other villages and people between the mercenaries and the valley. So I wouldn't intentionally encourage them to come through.
Well, again, we don't know until we're up there.
Does anyone else
again-
have any opinions?
I would like to go to Summerton. That is my opinion. I have voted. Other people vote the way you want.
We will go to Summerton. Yes, I'm sure. That's not a question. Just
I
about
vote
how.
doing other things before we go to Summerton.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just saying that because, Aaron's desperate.
I mean,
Just
yes.
I think we should go down to this tree stump or tree heart, then go down to Summerton, then go to the keep, and
Okay.
slowly make our way down. That's
Well, let's do it one step at a time.
I'm just not sure that going
To the
all the
tree.
way up. Not sure that going all the way up to the valley is going to be beneficial or.
The thing is, if we don't do it now, we're probably not going to do it at all.
That's true.
That's
And is
why.
there a problem with that?
Yeah,
Votes
and
with people who want to do Arashu versus people who want to do the tree. Happily, we have an odd number of people, so hopefully we can't fuck
I
this.
mean, we can go back to the tree on just the way back from the valley. Like, I'd be happy with just going straight from there back down. That seems perfectly reasonable. But yeah,
Let's all vote and do something because we've been here for an hour already and done nothing.
You've done plenty, you've role-played.
yeah.
Mhm.
I guess it was a vote in the thing.
I knew you'd vote against me, Dan. God damn you.
Jens is first.
The
So
best part
technically
is
you voted
originally
against me.
Originally, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to the valley. That's fine, whatever." Yeah. God damn.
so I'm thinking, yeah,
Oh,
Valley
Valley,
is-
then Summerton, then the
Why
Frost.
did
That's
you
my
not
thinking.
abstain? You could have abstained.
I know. I was like, an Al will be like, "Whichever," and I'll be like, "God damn it, Alan!" But this is better because it's screwing me over. Let's go. Let's go to
Cool.
this valley.
So we'll head up to the valley, and then I mean, I guess we can visit the tree on the way back to Summerton, unless something terrible happens while we're up there.
So
Yeah.
the next question, were we going to try and get any extra food or anything like that or shopping or anything like that?
Oh, how's our rations?
How are we going to shop? These people wouldn't sell stuff to us.
Exactly.
They don't have a shop
we
in
we
here.
shot by slaughtering some bandits.
They don't have a shop within here.
No.
Yeah, we're just going to have to go to the.
Fully
Arashu
aware of that, but
I
we'd have to go to
assume
Henulak.
we have eaten probably all of our fresh rations, because otherwise they would have all gone off while we were here anyway.
There is
Despite
food being
the-
provided to you.
But like, if we had fresh rations, they would have gone off if we hadn't eaten them in the
Correct.
past week.
Yes, any fresh rations would be, spoiling.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Isn't they able to provide us with any food?
Nope.
Well, I'm going to keep my fresh rations,
They will be spoiling, as Oz was saying.
which is why I will cast magic on them.
Magic.
Nice.
Magic pancakes.
How many
No.
people?
Don't specify. Just from now on, say I cast magic on thing when you want it to do something. But your
wizard
shoe's
did it.
missing. I cast magic to find it.
Personally, Lenza has a whole bunch of preserved rations that she can eat if we wanted to go. But we can also just head back to Hamley to get some supplies and then head back up to the valley. But again, that just seems more legwork.
Yeah, we should have enough.
Bugger that
to
food
say.
business.
How
Like I
much
said,
food do you have?
I've got supplies.
You're really quiet again, Aaron.
Oh, sorry, I moved it away because I was chewing gum. How much food do people?
So you vote for kicking ass?
Yeah, pretty much.
I have 31 dry rations.
That's a lot. How are you
That's
carrying
a
that much?
lot, dude.
Apparently, I'm assuming that I've spread it out or given it to someone.
The
Some of them.
donkeys.
You gave it to the
Yeah.
donkeys. You gave it to them good.
hmm Yep, cool. I mean, we go back and get the donkeys and later, obviously, but
Yeah.
I've got 4 days between myself and my retainer.
I've got a bit more. So I guess I mean with that amount, we could probably just head straight there. We'd have to eat, not ideally for.
Well, there's heaps of food on the donkeys.
Yeah.
Are we able to?
Fine.
Are we able to hunt on the traveling while we
Oh,
travel?
yeah, I can do that.
It's not really conducive to travelling while you're hunting. Hunting is an action that takes, most of the day by itself. you're not traveling while you're doing it.
Okay, but can we like hunt every 3 days and get some food and keep going?
Of course, you can try.
Like, would we get 3 days worth of food if we hunted?
Who knows? It's possible, but for the number of you, there's 5 of you. There's actually 8 of you because there's the 5 PCs and the 3 retainers, or 2 retainers and the hireling. That's 8 people. That's 24 days worth of food. That's a lot to get from 1 day's hunting. Even if you were to bring down a largish animal, you're going to go through that pretty quickly.
Well,
But it's
Yeah,
possible.
I'm happy to
Everything
actually finally
is
use
possible.
my preserved rations. I don't think I've eaten any of them since I've got them.
well, that's because we keep buying fresh rations.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I have plenty of rations for me and my retainer and Theta.
How many's plenty?
Jaquan clearly has a ton.
Yeah, well, because I've been carrying 20 on the donkeys.
If you and Lenza wanted to, you could possibly hunt for smaller game, which might be able to subside your meals.
Because we have skills.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So you wouldn't be able to necessarily provide enough for everybody, but you might be able to provide enough for yourself. I would definitely let you be able to do that en route.
Well, I'll be doing that. Save me having to carry all that extra stuff.
Well, Len's is a hunter, so she's actually good at it. The rest of us are just like okay with bows.
Sean's a hunter as well.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Ah, nice. I'm just a stealthy person. Stealthy armor.
It's just
With
a
a
hunter,
giant-
so.
With a giant stag helm. With a great helm. Because everybody needs a great helm.
It's great.
They're freaking awesome.
So yours is it's a freaking awesome helm, not a great helm.
It's a great
If
helm
you turn it
with
upside down,
freaking awesome written on it, and of course sparkly stars because I am a wizard.
if you turn it upside
a
down,
pointed
it's
one.
very deep.
Yeah, it's a pointed one. No,
With a broad
pointed
brim.
one's terrible.
Okay, so is that your plan then, to go to the Arashore Valley?
I guess
It looks like it was a 3 to 2 vote.
Yep.
Yep.
So we'll collect Theta and then let's
With-
move.
Al with the deciding vote. Let's just all remember that with how things turn out.
Thanks, Al.
Alright, so it's
Cool.
it's about 50 odd miles, give or take. Depends how far you want to push once you get into the valley. The valley does take up pretty much from here to there. And so the valley is a reasonably large expanse.
Well, sorry, I was going to say if we get somewhere with a view and we don't see any fires, we could probably call it a day. Job.
Yeah. Is primarily reconnaissance.
Sure. So those of you who came through here before tried travelling through the mountains a little bit.
It sucked.
Yeah, it was very slow going. You were going up this way. Because you did want to do just that. It was arduous. It was slow going. You had to double back a number of times because you came across impassable terrain or the like, especially when you had animals with you. And you have 2 donkeys now, and you're very faint again.
They're the same donkeys.
Well,
They
one
know
of,
the way.
one
They're
of them,
solid.
one of them's the same donkey. You got the
Yeah.
other one afterwards.
Donkey over time is the same donkey.
Donkey has gone up a level. It's now a war pony.
Sorry.
Nice.
His name is Donkey OT.
Mm.
Cool.
Donkey Yacht.
Yes, overtime.
Well, I'd be happy just to go around the mountains if that's the
Yes,
Yeah.
fine. Maybe there's a tree that we can climb to get a decent view or something.
like if we're gonna meet up with Theta on the outside of the ice of the grove, we can just like go. Where's my ruler? We can just go like down around the outside, straight along here, and then up into the valley.
When you're using the ruler, if you right click, that's when it'll Yeah, right click and then you
Yeah.
can direct it.
Yeah.
Yep. Do the doobie whackers. Alright, if you want to do that, that's fine.
Something like that, I'd assume.
Whoa,
Dennbok is going crazy.
Dan.
Yep.
You can only get so many in before you run out.
Yeah. Cool. Let's do it. Let's
Okay.
go.
Fine. As you are preparing to leave, Osandria the Broken will appear once more.
I mean,
She will just nod to you. She's not going to say anything, or it seems she's not saying anything. She's just watching silently.
Sure. We'll nod back. I'll nod back.
Wave back.
Oh, I'm going to do a peace symbol.
I'm just going to ask her if she knows what happened with the broken parts of herself that were scattered away. And also, does she have some link to the person in the Laughing Woods?
The king of the Laughing Woods is a fallen elf. Other than common ancestry, do not have any link to him, nor would I want any link with him, nor should you endeavour to go in there unless you absolutely have to.
Would you say that he is evil, or would you say that he's just a jerk?
He is unhinged. The fallen elves are not inherently evil, but they do not have their faculties with them anymore.
Excellent. Good to know.
But if you are heading off now, I bid you well. You can return here often, if you wish, though the grace of the grove will probably not be yours again in such a way as it has. My time...
You sure you don't want to take this book?
I am
For
sure.
God's sake.
From what Fariz has told me, it is best that you take it far from here. I don't know what it is, other than it is malevolent and malignant, and it is yours. I am sure that you will come to some ability or arrangement with it in your wisdom, she says, with a cocked eyebrow.
My
Yup.
wisdom.
Hashtag lol.
But if you are intending to go to the Slaughter Scar and to the tower, of which I do not know its true location, but I believe that Geffen, the friend of Jaquan, has obtained some information about its location. He has been doing an admirable job of tracking down what he can. I don't think the other major players know of the Tree of the Sluar, but if they do, then time will be of the essence. Entering the tower is possible without the key. Entering it without the key, though, is far, far more dangerous.
Well, I think we're going to get the key. Told anyone else about the key?
I beg your pardon?
Have you told anyone else about the key?
Why would I tell anyone else about the key?
You might have another group of adventurers that you're
If I do, that is mine to
schmoozing.
know. My own counsel will I keep. But you came here, you asked for assistance, you asked for work, jobs, you were curious, you wanted to know things that were happening in the valley, and you wanted to meet me, which you have now done. Braden and Sebastian have done a marvellous job so far, but they are but two. They have taken on tasks otherwise which are important to me. You, however, are a larger group, more capable, perhaps, more likely, indeed, more capable. Therefore, heading to the Slaughter Scar, heading to the Inverted Tower, which I believe you are already interested in doing because of your discussions with Geffen. This was something that you had planned to do. So therefore, we are merely assisting each other. I am assisting
No, that
you,
seems reasonable.
and you are
Sounds good
assisting
to
me.
me.
But I
Quid
bid
pro
you
quo.
well.
Were we supposed to all see your roll, Minerva?
Yeah. I
Okay.
misread how Scribed worked. I thought it just did me straight damage, but I get a save against it. That's fine. Cool. Continue.
Continue.
It's
Oh,
not super relevant.
You're going to allow it, are you?
Something seems to be wrong, though.
Exactly.
Yep.
It failed with verification. It's a robot. Get it?
Yes, the formula is wrong because you've got 2 plus symbols there, which is probably screwing it up. 1d20 plus plus 2 is greater than 14. 18 is plus plus 2 equals 0. Your macro has
Failed.
Failed.
That's
failed.
okay.
So
Take,
anyway, the
take,
symbol
what is it? 8d6 hit points?
sounds good to me.
3d4 hit points.
What did you say? 8d6? There you go.
Yep,
That's
seems
it.
fair.
How much damage Sean takes?
I take.
You asked to take the damage, didn't you? Anyway. The symbol will wait. No further questions are forthcoming. If so, she will just slowly blend into the shadows and the scenery. If there
Can
are,
you suggest how to do that?
she'll just
I'm
smile.
assuming she pops up behind you and says, "I'm Batman," and then vanishes.
So, get over here. She'll just smile, which is really more of like a crooked smirk. The corner of her mouth twitches. Oh, you asked her a question actually about the broken pieces of her,
Yes.
which she doesn't answer.
Oh, that's fine.
That's pretty rude, don't you think? God.
Hey.
And we work for her.
Hey, where's your heart,
Yeah.
bitch?
Whoa, she's the Juggernaut.
Alright,
If she has ESP and is reading our minds, then she would know that I was just asking her because
I know what
I
you
think
want.
we're kind of similar. And yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah. That is what I'm thinking.
Regardless of whether she's reading your mind or not, she is ignoring you.
Excellent.
Alright,
So
were you heading back to Hemulak to resupply? Since, you're going to be passing almost within spitting distance of it. Not that you
Yeah, I
should
think we should.
Not that you should be spitting, it's, it's very bad.
Sean really
virus.
wants fresh rations, so I guess we should.
yeah.
Fine on eating trial rations. We can just go straight there if you think we've got enough food. I just don't want to get halfway there and go, oh, we don't have food.
Well, how it's not going to take that long to get there. Like it'll be like what's the distance we can travel again, Grail?
You can do it probably between 15 and 20 miles in a day, depending upon the ground that you are covering. So if it's on a road, you could probably do upwards of 25 miles.
So from Hemulak, it'd probably take us 120 miles, judging from
For
this.
a return. Yeah. 130 return.
Yeah, something like that. So that's like
6+ days, 7 days.
almost a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have 10 days of rations, which I'm going to subsidise with the odd rabbit.
And or I can help you.
And yeah, like we've got but I guess if we're happy to go back to the town, we can just go back, get some rations, and go.
Sure.
Like it's not, as I said, it is pretty close, so why not?
Yeah.
Sure. If you wish to go back to the town, that's fine. We'll just add an extra day on, since you'll just, go in, do your shopping, come out, so that'll be just one extra day. You can buy preserved trail rations as per the cost in the book. I believe it was 5 silvers for a day, I think.
I think so.
Well, since we're spending a day, I may as well learn another spell. What terrible spell will I learn today?
The highest level one you possibly can.
It could kill me if I learn that, so I'm not going to learn the highest.
Aren't you? I feel like that's some kind of wisdom check there.
I mean, it is
Like?
a gamble. You make an excellent point.
Right?
For a penny and for a pound. No.
Think of how amazing it could be.
I'll never pass a wisdom check.
Plus,
It'll be an intelligence check.
Look,
Statistics.
if Minerva failed, I believe there's a ready-made human fighter character.
Ugh.
Like, have any sorts of money lender or traders there?
What was that,
As
sorry?
in collecting that letter of
Just
credit.
Temulak have any money trading types places?
Hell no. Hemulak's tiny. Hemulak's small town. Oh no, it's not too bad. It's 500 people. But yeah, it's not going to have anywhere like that. The only place you're going to get anything like that would be in Sumberton or maybe Crowcar, where you're going to have or Silvermont, because you have such a bang-up reputable guy there, Reno. But the merchants would be, or nobles would be able to do that. Hemulak has neither.
No, that's fine.
I'm going to learn Arcane Lock because I don't want to learn spells that are things that other people would possibly enjoy. Arcane Lock it is!
Minerva. Why are my pants on? Minerva, get back here.
Why not? It could be so cool. I start arguing with the book. Come on! Don't be that way.
Look, being permanently blinded is something. I've learned to deal with that.
I'll make a
These
saving
are the
throw
other
since I'm using Scribe to do it automatically because I'm crazy. Fail. That's okay.
BRB.
Okay, so the saving throw is only against the weekly one.
Oh, no. This is because I'm using a spell to put them into my spell book.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So, because I'm using Scribe, it can hurt me if I fail a Wisdom save.
Yes.
But I can heal 4 damage per day, and I'm only putting in... Oh, this was a 2nd level spell. Another d4. Shit. So, actually, I will take 3 points of damage. Okay. That's fine. I'll heal it tomorrow if I don't put another spell in and hurt myself again. I'm making bad choices, but I don't care. When you're in making bad choices, you just got to keep doubling down.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
I seriously thought about putting in haste, then I would have taken even more damage. Okay, look. Okay. That also knocks me unconscious for 2 rounds. Sometime at night, there's a thud.
Yeah, well. Lucky you
Plug.
weren't.
What?
Lucky you weren't doing something important.
Yeah. That's right.
Cool. All right. So you can pick up your supplies and you can head on out. The trip to the Arashore Valley is without too much issue. Like the last time you came through here, there were then and there are now a number of wild wolves that seem to roam the steppes of the hills and the mountains and move between there and the Varthwood and the Grove of Icicles. They do seem curious. they will approach you, but not in any aggressive manner. You are too large and a group for them to really be interested in you, and too large creatures for them to be interested in you for prey. And they do seem to be reasonably well fed. Obviously, the game around here is sufficient for the wolf packs to not only survive but thrive. Such as that, yes, Lenza and Sean, you are able to hunt and you are able to gain sustenance for yourselves for each day. If you wish, you can try and stay your progress to potentially find food for the group. You do notice that there are a number of game trails around here. The game is small, not large, so therefore it would take you some time to amass enough food for everybody. It would definitely be a day's worth. It's up to you what you wish to do.
No, we'll just keep going at normal pace. Don't want to slow the group down for nothing.
Sure. Alright, so this will slow you down a little bit, but not immeasurably. It'll probably add an extra day for the whole trip. So instead of taking a whole day out, it's like taking you an hour or so here and there to go get some extra food. The Arashore Valley, when you enter it at the south entrance, so I'm just here to the north of that spire of the Varthwood. One thing about the Varthwood as well is the last time you travelled past it, you were going from Krokar down to Sumberton, and at that point in time you noticed that there were little fairy lights flickering within it, and namely down around this point here, the southernmost tip. You notice again fairy lights flickering from within, up around here. At night time only, seemingly at random, moving in a haphazard way. You're not sure whether they're following you or whatever, but they do seem to be pretty regular, that they flitter throughout the wood between the trees. What they are, hard to tell. But there is definitely some kind of light source that seems to be dancing within that wood. Kind of a glowy, cool blue light as well. Not like a deep blue, more like a very pale, moonlit blue. The entrance to the Arashore Valley, as soon as you get to there, you do notice that there seems to be a pall of haze of smoke that is descending down from the mountains and kind of wallowing within the hollow. It is a fairly acrid smell.
So, not fires necessarily.
It is definitely from some form of fire, but it seems to have, it seems to be a little bit more spicy, shall we say. It's definitely has that smell of smoke, but it does seem to burn your nostrils more than what other smoke generally would, and you are only at the edge of it at the moment. The Arashore Valley is a natural depression, and the haze seems to have settled into it.
Well, us camera starters will know all about that.
Sorry, so was this after our first night camping out here? This was the second day?
Yeah, you will have travelled, how many days will that have been altogether, because you're trying to do weird things.
I am casting many spells and learning stuff. And I probably should say the spells that I'm casting, since you guys get to see me do that at night, since we're not in
Alright.
rooms.
Oops, let me just do that again. So you probably go down to there. You could do that in one day. That will be another, we'll say... So we'll say 3 days to get to...
Okay. So, on the first day...
3 days to get to here.
When we come down the road, you guys will see me try to... Minerva will cast a new spell that she's never cast before, Arcane Lock, and she's going to lock up the book so that no one can ever use it again, and then realize that it is no hold to herself, so she'll open the book straight away and be like, God damn it. But now no one else can use the book because it's mine, my precious. And the next day she's going to learn a new spell, which is going to be haste. But before that, she also casts another spell that you've never seen her cast before on a long, thin stick. A very long, thin stick that she picks up, and she casts a spell on it, and she says, "This will keep us safe at night."
It's some sort of
Yeah.
a ward? Some sort of ward? Some sort of alarm?
It's an alarm. It will tell us if enemies approach. Sort of. Under certain conditions. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see.
Interesting.
Why does it keep going off every time I go to the toilet?
It'll only go off once and it won't be set off by you.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll have to put some conditions on that. But, yes. They can be rather complicated. As complicated as I like. And the next one I make will be a crybaby. But that'll be the next day. So I need to make a saving throw against haste. More importantly, it's at +2.
Remember, your wisdom provides a modifier for save versus spells,
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Which
it's
is
a
not-
+0.
which is not a good modifier.
Yeah. +2 becomes 0.
Nice.
Oh, I saved. Yes! Haste is in my book! Ah, good times.
Sorry,
you're dying.
Matt is in your book?
I can't cast it, but I've got it now. Worth it.
So
I'll
in
save it
about
on my-
2 years, when you can cast a level 2 spell.
The haste is level 3, thank you. I can cast
Oh wow! So it's going to be 6 years.
I can cast level 2 spells now. That's what I just cast before. Arcane Lock's level 2. As is the other spell that I cast on that stick. A very important spell. Hugely powerful. Oof. Fear it.
Alright, so yes, you are at the entrance to the Arashore Valley, just north of the Varthwood, and there is that pall, that haze of that acrid smoke, like, well, let's call it smoke. It is smoke that settles in the natural depression. It seems
They
to have,
stoner rocks.
yeah, they're having a rave
Hey.
party.
Let's help them cleanse the valley.
We're burning it down.
Yep.
Well, we could almost do that just by not doing anything really.
It seems to have settled in here. There is, and you remember this from last time as well, there's very little wind that blows down and through here. It's a natural windbreak all around it.
No way, I'm just testing my crows.
So what's your plan?
So we'll spend another hour thinking of a plan, and then it'll go out the window as soon as we walk into the valley.
I mean, of course.
I mean, it sounds like we're just going to walk in there, doesn't it?
I mean,
Yeah.
that is our modus operandi.
Do we have anything else we can possibly do? I can learn another spell if we want to dick around for a couple of hours, so feel free.
The valley's going to be full of monsters because there's so much smoke present, and just report back to Summerton.
How thick is this smoke?
It's only a haze. It's not a.
Okay.
It's not a
gonna
vision
freak us out.
obscuring smog. But you know, you do have just the distance issues as well, which are, you know, you don't have great visibility in there. Regardless, it's that far to travel. You can't see any campfire tendrils of smoke, if that makes.
But something's making the smoke.
I did say it seemed to be rolling down from the mountains, but it does seem that there is also, you know, locations within the valley that might be its originating points as well. There's probably multiple places where this exists.
We're here now.
I'll be back again in a minute.
Man, it'd be so handy if somebody knew invisibility.
wouldn't it?
Then we could send a scout out. Arcane Lock. It was well worth it.
Look, if I'd prefer to like actually get eyes on. Like currently, if all we're seeing so far is just smoke, it's not really indicative of much. That could just mean all their camp has been burnt dead to the ground by something. And so
Something unusual.
I would argue. I would argue like we go in there and have a look, maybe sneak around a bit, but that's coming from the person who is actually
sneak.
good. Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about? I've got 15% sneak. I can totally sneak. Sneaky.
Well, I guess we have a forward party then. And then have the noisy people come up the second column.
What are you doing?
I'm in favour of a quick recon.
I think we should do a quick recon. We're here.
Yeah, exactly. See what's up. See what's happening. If we get into a fight, we can always run away.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, this is day 5.
Unless they're mounted.
Alright, so you're doing a quick recon. Who is doing the quick recon and how are you doing it? Is, for example, Sean going to ride Lenza into the valley?
That would not work, considering my strength. I'm basically almost fully encumbered as of now.
You're also a true elf, so you're very short and slight.
Yes.
I wouldn't be encumbered if I didn't have to carry around this giant freaking tome.
But you
Well,
have me.
whose fault is that?
Yeah. So
Cool. I guess. Well, so like me, who actually has like the skills to sneak? Is it just
I
me
don't.
and
Just
Not me.
us, and I'm terrible at it.
Do we need to sneak? Can we just waltz through, singing and dance?
I have become reasonable at finding traps though now, so I thought that might be useful for the tower. But as soon as I heard about the tower, I was like, all right, I might get better at trap stuff.
look, I'm pretty decent at it too, so it's fine.
Why don't you leave me here and I'll learn invisibility, and then tomorrow maybe we'll do something. I don't know.
Back.
Or we can just go. Wait, let's go. You and me, Lenza.
Stavros is also quite good at sneaking.
Is he?
there's a slight problem with that.
He's not here,
Yeah.
and he's a bad guy, and he'd kill us all. Are those
Yeah.
the problems? Okay.
But
He
it'd
is
be
pretty
magnificent.
Hey, I'm game if you are.
Well, why don't you take point, Lenza, and then I'll follow behind you, like a more Unco version of yourself.
Sure,
Alright,
why
so
not?
What are the rest of us doing? Are we holding up at a campsite somewhere and hoping we don't hear some screaming in the distance that aren't orcs?
You're not coming with us?
Well, is it just a case of you guys taking point, the rest of us following up?
Pretty
Is that-
much, but actually have it more strung out a bit, as opposed to what we did in the grove.
Okay.
You
Like,
want
well-
me way back.
Yeah. High patient Jaquan, making the noise, keep drawing attention.
Any people who aren't like good at stealth, good at like tracking stuff.
That will be the.
Well, we've got a cleric who's got hunter. I don't know if that allows him to track things.
It gives
That'd be good.
it gives you an
Like,
ability,
would you be
but
confident in following us as we go forward? As because like, should we leave? Or should we leave like a clear trail? I would be against the latter, but yeah, we'd do it so you guys actually know where the hell we're going.
Well, why don't you scout ahead no more than a couple of miles, come back to us, move up if need be. If you get into trouble, good game.
You can do that if you wish.
A mile is a lot of space to cover if they do get in trouble.
We're pretty fast.
I I don't know if they get into trouble that we can be within a helpful distance without being the cause of them getting into trouble.
You're out in, unless you were to go into the foothills or further into the mountains, you are in basically an open expanse, which means that unless you are miles apart, and anyone who has any tactical skill or nature skills as well would basically be able to indicate that yes, if you are close enough to them to assist, you would be, may as well just be walking together.
Yeah.
This isn't a dungeon.
A mile's not
That's
too
what I
far
learned.
apart. It's okay. A mile's not too far apart, guys. You can get that in, 4 minutes. If you weren't encumbered.
If you were really good at running.
And the ground was a little bit harder and more sure underfoot.
And you had some really good shoes.
Yeah. You can do a 4 minute.
And you had a con that was, at least average.
Yeah, oh yeah. You definitely need a reasonable con.
I mean, 12 is a reasonable con, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you
Very
over Hypatia's coughing fits.
Fine. So Hypatia probably takes like 6 minutes, but, it's not terrible.
She probably doesn't run for that long. She probably runs in spurts.
Oh, yeah.
Then she has to stop, wheezing, pull out a ventilator.
Yep.
That is probably my favourite use of the word spurts today.
Yes.
So is that the plan? Is Lenza and Minerva going to be going ahead a mile or two, or just...
Yeah, in front.
Yep.
Okay, but
Whatever that entails.
But the whole group will be moving forward after Minerva and Lenza get that distance ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems to make sense.
Okay, is it just 1 mile? Is it 2 miles? Is it 48 miles?
Well, if it's 48 miles, they'd be back before we left, wouldn't they?
Personally, I'm a huge fan of 500 miles, but...
I think a mile's far enough. There is this mist haze.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. You can start moving in. It doesn't take long for you to, once you start moving in, to realise that, especially Lenza, with your hunting abilities, the game tracks within the valley are effectively non-existent. Basically, as soon as you start entering into the valley, they dry up. There are no tracks. What you do find are old. It's as though the wildlife, the game that was in here, and even the predators that would have hunted them, don't come in here anymore.
Fun. So something's driven them off, or at least hunted them down to extinction.
You don't see any tracks that would indicate a larger predator that is at least roaming around on the land. But, small game would definitely be, and is often hunted by large predatory birds. And you do get large predatory birds that would definitely nest within the mountains. But, getting such numbers that would be able to drive game out would mean that the ecology of the valley must have been completely tipped on its head.
Yeah.
It's possibly a settlement.
The smell of the smoke in the air.
Yep, very active.
So is it sulfury?
Possibly.
Right. And it's hanging right in the valley.
It does seem to be kind of settling down within the valley, yes.
Anyone feel faint?
You feel faint, do you?
No. Does anyone in the party feel faint or anything? Is everyone feeling
I'm
okay?
guessing Hypatia probably does.
No,
I
none
couldn't
of
hear you over Hypatia's coughing fits.
none
Also,
of you
she had a P2 mask of 4.
none of you are feeling faint. It's uncomfortable, but it's not like a hazardous smog. It is there, and after a period of time, you get used to the smell a bit. It still seems to make your lungs possibly a little bit more uncomfortable. You probably are breathing a little bit more ragged than you otherwise would. You've just eaten way too much wasabi, and you can see through time. It's cleaning out those sinal passages.
I was just looking for an alternative to why there might be no animals in there. So there's no large game, or there's no
They've
game at
all
all?
been hunted out by the orcs.
You see
Or
no game at
something.
all.
Or, wildlife doesn't like smoke.
Bugger it off.
After the worms were hatched here, they actually moved up.
Lenza, Minerva, from the corner of your eye,
Uh-oh. Ah,
flying just to above the tips
Drop.
of the mountains.
I dropped to the ground.
Yeah, likewise. Let's not get seen by that.
Do we see them doing anything, or we can't see them?
Start crawling away.
You should be.
You can see them a mile away. There is like longish grass, divots, natural divots, etc. in the landscape. So occasionally you might see only a third or half of them, etc. But all of a sudden, like they've just got shot by a sniper, both of them hit the ground. First Minerva and then Lenza. Bang bang.
What's going
Follow
on?
suit.
Yeah.
And start actively searching for what has alarmed them.
Right. So you can't quite see it. Whatever it was has gone. Lenza and Minerva has lost sight of it as well. Just through the
Crawling
tips
backwards.
of the mountains.
Mountains. But
Crawl backwards.
Up in this direction.
Which way? Oh shit, that's even worse. We have to go around that.
well, I'm glad we didn't decide to go through it.
So I'm getting my bow out and getting ready, assuming that there's some sort of attack, because I'm assuming it's an orc attack at this stage.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
I pull out my Shraken for what Good's going to do, considering the range.
Right? And time stands still.
I guess. Yeah. I guess we'll.
Well,
we'll
I'm crawling back
to them.
towards those guys.
Yep,
Like,
you can start crawling back.
Plus
It will
let 'em
take
know.
you an inordinate amount of time if you are going to move that distance
Crawl a mile.
entirely.
no. Not like I'm not like flat crawling. You know what I mean? Like
it's still going to
crawl
take.
into.
It's still going to take
Oh,
a long
okay.
time because
We will walk slowly. Be aware of because like we'll probably weren't focusing too much on the sky. We're more focusing on like the land around us. Now we'll be focusing on the sky too, and moving slower.
That's
'cause
fine.
of that.
And then
I'll
that
rely
orc
on
ambush
them.
will.
So you will be able to meet back up. It'll take you a little bit of time. Let's say half an hour or so. You'll be able to get back there. That's taking it very carefully, moving cautiously, keeping low, scanning the sky and the sides of the hills, etc. You don't see it again. You only saw it fleetingly. It was sizable.
Cool. I was going to put my antenna up just so you know. Fling.
Okay, cool.
So that's the stick went up.
Sure.
Protective ward. Save me.
All right, and you can return half an hour.
Cool. I guess we'll let them know what we saw, and
Oh,
Yeah.
it's obvious what you saw. It's, everyone knows what one of those is, even if you've never seen one before in your life. It is
Can we
legendary.
see it though?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us what it was?
It was worth doing this. Definitely. 100%. Yes.
Fair.
Yes.
how Grail?
Yes?
How what's known about dragons in like just a kind of like a general sense among like the common populace?
So-
Are they just Are they like mythical creatures? Do they know people know they exist? Or
Yes, you know that they exist. So if you have a look at, if you remember the PDF of the world, which gives you a little bit of a rundown of that, there is a section called of the, where is it? Of the drakes. Of the drakes. Okay, and it mentions dragons within, and it says of them, the mighty dragons are most unlike their kin. They are highly intelligent, capricious and cruel, delighting in torment and whimsical pernicious play. They do what they do because they can and because it entertains them. They can speak many languages and have an excellent talent for mimicry and magic. Dragons are large beasts. They hatch from eggs like the other drakes, but their eggs are left to fend for themselves, and many do not survive. They hatch about the size of a large hound, but grow quickly, having ravenous appetites. A dragon will generally triple its size within the first week and continue growing at an astounding rate. By adulthood, which is reached after only a single year, they can approach 30 yards or longer from tip of nose to tail. Dragons come in a variety of colours and hues, though there seems to be no correlation between the colours and any gender, age or prowess. All dragons breathe destructive blasts of brimstone, so hot and caustic that it can melt the armour from a knight and rot the flesh from his bones. Dragons love to hoard wealth, piling it in great heaps for unknown purposes, whether it is purely to take from the species of the land and delight in the theft, or for some other purpose, it is not known. That is basically a rundown of what general information people are aware of based upon myths and legends. They aren't seen often, and when they are, it's generally a precursor to something terrible.
lovely.
Can I reiterate that what I love about the Valley of the Obelisks is that basically the only difference between this and My Little Pony is that we're humans and elves, and the names have been changed.
What?
What I really appreciate is that you incorporated Mark's backstory in right now, even though he's dead. And
I
do
appreciate
say
that too.
Thank you a lot. That's it's
this-
awesome that that dragon is here.
And I'm appreciating for the single tear I can feel rolling down Aaron's cheek.
Such a good backstory. It's fine.
Cool.
Cool. That's
So-
good. Oh, remember that time that we were offered a potion of like dragon control? That'd be really handy right now. We should get out of here.
Yeah, I that wouldn't have worked.
You don't know. Wisdom 4. Those magical beans. They would have worked.
My question is, how do we get the dragon to drink it? That is
What-
clearly how the potion
Because
works.
we
There's a
needed a
really
dragon
easy way.
control
You
dragon.
hold it to your chest, and when it eats you,
Yeah, it eats it too. Yeah.
Got him. It's big brain thinking.
Cool. So I guess the question is, do we want to keep sneaking or just leave?
We want to leave.
Yeah,
I think we should probably hustle at this stage if we get waylaid.
Were we able to see anything of note when we got before the dragon came, or was it more just going through the
just going
the
through
valley?
just going through into the opening further up, there was very little that you saw other than the fact that, again, you noticed that there was no game. There was no predators, no prey.
Yep, so nothing.
Yep.
Cool.
More sense than us, apparently, because dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a dragon around.
Yeah, if there's a dragon around, there's probably means there's not many orcs around.
Maybe. Unless it was some orcish backstory. Ooh.
You guys can keep checking the valley
none
out.
of us have any idea about that, do we?
It's true.
Mark never shared
He did share a
anything.
couple of things.
about dragons.
Yes, about dragons.
Oh, you see, mostly I remember him sharing
What things tasted
spit.
like.
Yeah, his spit that had Obelisks.
Remember there was this guy who wanted to buy his blood all the time?
Yes.
And you
That's
sold him.
like that,
awful.
dude.
You sold Zombie Mark to him,
Yeah.
and you haven't seen him since.
No.
Talking about in game or in real life?
No, in-game.
In game, you haven't seen him since. You haven't seen Rayasan, the alchemist from Chimera Inc. since you sold him Zombie Mark. Nothing bad's happened, surely.
Of course
Yeah.
not.
Brian was still with us then, and I think he was terrified that the alchemist was going to use Mark to make some super zombie army, and was like, "Let's get out of here
Yeah.
before we get added to it."
That was Minerva's first session. They were selling a dead party member to a person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yep.
it worked out well.
Fine, upstanding citizens.
Hashtag no regrets.
Cool. So I guess we're leaving now, or do we want to, now that we're here, do you want to just go a little bit more forward to try and find whatever the hell's going on?
What kind of bounty
Because
did you get on a
whether
dragon?
that's, you know, whether the smoke's from actual orcs camping there, or whether the smoke's from destroyed orc camps because the dragon has visited, you know.
No, there's a dragon up there. We should just report that. That's plenty of news.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Imagine the bounty you would get if you came back to Sunderland with a dragon head.
Yeah. Were dragons listed on the bounty?
I'm sure they could write one up for us.
All monsters are listed technically on the bounty.
Pretty
I
sure.
mean,
Let's say the
mainly
technicality
they'd just
can
be
probably get us there.
afraid that you're strong enough to kill a dragon.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure if you walked into the throne room and threw down like a dragon skull and said, "Give me some money," they're just gonna go, "Sure."
Whatever
This is
you
a
say.
lot more
And also-
Skyrim than I was expecting tonight's session to be.
Cool.
I've never played
was,
Skyrim.
you know, once we, they could probably pay us, if nothing else, could pay us to put the dragon head on top of a pike in front of the mercenary army. I'm sure that'd be handy.
Mm-hmm. You see,
It
there's
seems
one,
like
there's
putting
one.
the cart before the horse.
I was gonna say one small issue with these plans.
Yes.
We have to try and kill the dragon, and good fucking luck with that.
Yeah. No. Just no.
So do we need to vote again, like for run away or go on?
No, we're
No,
running
toward the
away.
dragon.
We're moving away.
So
Yeah.
we
not deal
you
with
sure it's not going to be a 3-2?
Well, I think it comes down to how you're intending to vote. Henry?
Me. Is it 50-50, is it? Oh, I might have to sit on the fence. We'll have to camp at the Valley of the Mouth for a few days first.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
No, I'm gonna go.
Alright, we can say that you can
Leave.
extricate yourself from this current predicament. Where are you intending to go from here? Someone can use a ruler.
Do we want to go down to the tree and figure out what's going on there?
To the tree makes sense, does it not?
Okay, so 70 odd miles, give or take. It'll actually probably be closer to 80 worth of travelling, because once you get into those little
downs?
hills,
Yep.
the hills will make it
Yeah, make it longer.
Yeah, make it longer, because you won't be able to go
All
as the crow flies.
that music.
hmm So we'll say that will be 4 days worth of travel, which means you need to make a save a spells maneuver.
Yep. But I will try to learn a couple more in that time.
Feel free.
3.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, I will make that. I'll try to make that wisdom save.
And if anyone wants to do anything en route, feel free to do so. Once you get out of the valley and you are moving between the Varthwood and the Grove of Icicles, you will once again see game. You'll see the wolves. You will see also those sparkly dancing, almost will-o-wisp type fairy lights within the Varthwood. The bluish moon glow kind of lights. So if anyone wants to do anything, feel free. You will not be accosted by the wolves, though they do kind of follow you. They do seem to mount in numbers as well, so you at first might have been getting trailed by 1 or 2, and after a couple of days coming back from the Arashor Valley, you might have about 5 or 6 of them moving around you at night, and you can hear them howling off in the distance as well. And you can see shadows of them moving about. So there's definitely sizable numbers of them out there, but you drove them off previously with fire, and when you have a fire going as well. Because the first time you came through here, back in the early sessions, that's what you drove them off with. So when you have a fire, if you do have a fire, maybe you don't want a fire. Do you want a fire?
We'll probably have a fire.
The dragon might get attracted. Ooh, like a moth to the flame. Bzz. Oh, that's an easy dragon kill. Who would have thunk it? But yes, they don't seem to come within the light. They just stay off in the periphery.
Lovely. Cool.
Bother hunting on this trip back because I think speed is the better part of
Well,
intelligence here.
one thing one thing I forgot to mention on the way there would have asked Sean if he had had a few spells to purify some of the fresh rations, and I had.
Yeah, I'll set one of my first level spells to purify food and drink.
Cool.
If that's something that people want.
Sounds like a good plan. We don't plan to be doing too much along here apart from travelling, so yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That and create water. So
Nice.
we don't need to worry about water for pretty much the trip.
Nice.
Cool.
Good plan.
I'm going to try and learn Mirror Image, and then I'm going to try and learn Protection from Evil in the hopes that Protection of Evil can protect me from the book.
Sure.
So, first of all, Mirror Image.
Cast protection from evil on you.
Which I save against. Perfect, on full health. And then Protection from Evil. Let's see how I do there. Oh, another save. I should have just saved. But yes, I will try to use Protection of Evil and Mirror Image when the time of the deal comes up. Protect me? Does Protection from Evil give me +1 to my save?
Nope.
Damn it.
Because... Yeah.
Does it get misdirected onto a mirror image?
No.
Damn it. It's not evil?
There is evil. Possibly it was detected as evil, but it's almost as though you don't seem to apply the spell in the appropriate manner. Something in your subconscious says, nah, it's all good.
Aww. Come on.
It's sweet, bro.
Alright, and I guess I try to make a save against it, unless anybody else could save me. No, Beta, Beulah. Alright.
Do I cast protection from evil on you?
Well, do I
That'd
know
be-
that my spell fails?
No, you don't know your spell fails.
Then I'm assuming that you are like, hey, I cast Protection of Evil on myself. Unless you think you would cast it a second time for some reason.
You actually cast protection from good.
Fortunately, you're safe in the party.
Logic. Alright, then I guess I'll try to make my save.
Sure.
13, I fail.
That's not good. You... the rest of the party will notice that Minerva, that was your weekly save you failed, was it?
Yes, that was
Seems that night to be a little bit poorly, a little bit under the weather, hacks up a tiny little bit of blood, seems to be a little bit gaunt and dark patches under the eyes, as though she hasn't slept well.
Oh, fun.
You're looking almost as bad as I do.
Somebody take this book away.
You don't want me to take it off you.
Cast it into... Okay. Because you've never seen, like, somebody, who drinks too much. I guess. That's fine. Not everybody has seen someone who suffers.
I shall take the book.
Well, the spell.
What happened?
Are you going to try and take the book, Henry?
Yeah.
Is Sean going to try and take the book from Minerva?
Yeah, while she's sleeping.
Alright. Minerva, You are awakened. Your alarm goes off.
Oh,
There is a dark shadow looming over you, malicious, malignant, evil. It is trying to take what is yours.
wait. What's it trying to take? The book?
It's trying to take
Or-
your
Or
property,
just my stuff?
your stuff.
Oh. Don't take my stuff. I give that away to people randomly.
But it's trying to
Don't take my things.
It's trying to take your most valuable, personal, heartfelt stuff.
Precious.
I
Trying to take your.
start yelling and try to pin this person to the ground until Jaquan and Hypatia can come and take care of them. Let's go for a grapple. Wait, is this thing bigger than me?
A little bit, but not by much.
I'm pretty ripped.
You are, but you're half elf. This is a human. It's probably a little bit
dang
bigger.
it. Yeah, probably.
But you are
quite a bit
ripped.
bigger.
So whilst it might be larger in size, doesn't necessarily mean it is stronger, because you are, as you said, ripped.
Yeah, I'll go for the grapple. I think that's a logical move unless I want to spend around drawing weapons, which
That's
I'm
fine.
not carrying.
That's fine. Make an attack roll.
You don't sleep with a knife?
I do sleep with a knife, but I'd still have to draw it. I'm not in armor either. That's okay.
I was going to say Lenza sleeps with a hand on a knife. Just in case.
9! Oh, I get +2. 11!
All right.
That would hit, what would that hit?
It will most
7.
likely miss. So you'll probably find that the figure will get out of your way. Sean, Minerva has just tried to grab you and has lunged at you and screaming like a mad woman.
Mad
That last
woman.
Does this wake up the rest of the camp too?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh god. Okay. Lenza is alert and brings out her knife, trying to see what the hell's going on.
What are you doing in reaction, by the way, Sean?
Have a wake up. What's wrong? It's me, Sean.
Sean's trying to nick your stuff there. Obviously he's possessed by some kind of evil spirit. He wants your stuff. You'd think that he was going to try and choke you in your sleep as well. He has
Great.
that look of murder in his eyes.
Ah, there's no need to kill me for it. I wanted you to take it anyway, but now I'm not so sure.
I'm just waiting for the moment where a weakened Nogrum staggers back into the firelight, only to get stabbed as Minerva trips in the heart, stabs him in the heart as he dies.
That seems way too dramatic.
I'm giving it 50-50 at this moment.
You don't have to continue with combat if you want. You do kind of... Everyone seems to get their faculties.
First time for everything.
I don't know. I'm worried about what I'm going to do next time I go to sleep, though. Or Sean goes to sleep. which is even worse.
Yeah, Lenza is going to ask Sean, what the hell are you doing? Like,
Hey, guys,
sneaking around in the middle of the night.
I'm assuming I was on watch. Because we are doing watches.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I was just making sure she's alright, because she wasn't looking that good when she went to bed.
Yeah, a bit odd. She asked me about that before.
Coughing up blood. And
Was
looking
only-
pretty ordinary.
It was only a little bit. It's fine.
Just had to move the book, because it's hugging it so tight.
It's a normal amount of blood to cough up at night time.
Connotation, maybe.
Ah, yes. I too cough up blood every
I don't
night.
think she's ever coughed up blood before, but
Well, it was,
what does-
about time she started.
what does Enki think of all this? As a side note, what does he think of Sean?
Enki's...
Does he think Sean was trying to choke me out?
No, Enki is suspiciously quiet and doesn't seem to like anything at the moment. You're not really
Enki wants the book.
You're not really sure that Enki's you think Enki might be a bit jealous.
Jealous.
You did think at one stage of asking the book to be your familiar. Maybe Enki picked up on that. Maybe the bond that a magic user and the familiar have is such that when the thought even so much as crossed your mind that Enki realised that you were going to betray him,
Hey, I didn't betray him. I would never
you thought
Yet.
about it.
No, I just thought it would be handy if I could do that, but I can't.
And
I would never betray Enki.
maybe Enki just realised that even just the concept of you thinking it was a betrayal in and of
Flitted
itself.
through my mind.
Yep, that
Curses.
was a betrayal itself. And Enki's,
That's
Enki's
harsh, bro.
heartbroken.
Oh. I go looking for like some fish for Enki.
Sure.
What is Anki?
He's a ferret.
Right.
An adorable ferret. They do the little dance of attack. Super cute. Got a pocket for him. That's where I'm gonna use my next arcane lock. Now Enki will be safe forever.
I gotta lock him away.
That sounds rather
Well,
macabre.
it means that only I can get to him. So, and if I die, he dies anyway. So, it's not like he could get trapped in there
It's what he would have wanted.
unless somebody puts me to sleep for a really long period of time. Damn it! I'm not sure about this plan anymore.
Anyway, you
Battle
have
Hamper.
you probably have a couple more nights, days travel. This probably happened not that long after. You're probably somewhere to the south of the Grove of Icicles. What are you all planning to do? I mean, you obviously had a set to there, and there wasn't even any grog involved, so things aren't all well.
Well, I ask that there be somebody on watch with me every night.
We usually do it in pairs anyway.
That isn't Sean.
I'm going to create a warding stick. I lost a warding stick. I'm going to create a warding stick that will trigger if I approach Sean at night. Not if he approaches me, but if I approach him. If I approach him at night, go within 10 feet of him, and then I'm going to just sleep 10 feet away from him, or, 15 feet away from him. Just to make sure that I don't do anything. I'll set that stick up.
Okay.
So I'll make that like that. Hours of, I don't know, 10 until 10-ish.
Okay. That's fine. You can do that. Is anyone else doing anything?
Not specific.
Not particularly, no. I'd honestly probably Len is just enjoying the chance to not be in a weird situation. Now that we left the dragon behind, just traveling is nice.
Yep, because you're not in a weird situation at all.
Not in the moment. We're not nothing to fight, nothing to worry about in the moment.
Sure, sounds good. All right. I'm going to create I'm going to get an image for it at some stage as well, but within your notes, I'm just going to create a handout. I'm going to call it Party Watch. I'm going to put it in all players' journals and can be edited by all players. I'll save that. So what we'll do is I'll chuck that down just next to the group treasure. I'll get a different image for it, so you guys can change your watch at any stage if you want. Just whatever you put in there, I will consider to be the current and active watch at all times. If you want to change it, feel free to change it. So
We've done it in in basically 3 different shifts before, start of night, middle of night, end of night.
You've also had individual watches before, so that's why I'll put that there and let you guys work out. It also is probably going to be something that I would expect you would probably change as dependent upon where you are. So at the moment, feel free to. I mean, you also have different NPCs with you at certain times, so you might want to change it when that happens. So at the moment, you have the 8 of you, the 2 retainers, and Thader, the mercenary. So it's not critical at this point in time, but feel free to update it at some stage if you so choose. Because I can't find the note. You know how I told you that I'd lost Jaril's spell book?
Yep.
Aaron? It looks like I've lost the index card that had your watch list on it as well.
Ah.
My son has decided to use these index cards to start writing and drawing pictures on. For example, there's one here that says, I showed Nana how to play Minecraft. I had lots of fun with Nana. She went home on Sunday.
Right. Well,
Guys, I have to
first
come
or
back
last,
in a
so-
minute. Obviously, I'm not calling my Russian handler. Thank you for that note, Grail.
So I'm going to be on first.
Who's on second?
Indeed.
Thank you. Kruber doesn't care where he gets put. Not a spellcaster, doesn't matter.
Yeah, like do you want to go last then, Sean?
I can go last if you want. Doesn't
I mean,
bother me.
So you can have the one, so you can have your like full rest, so you can actually learn your spells, and second, so you're not at the same time as.
What I put in there not come up, or it just didn't get
You can only have one person edit it at a time.
Okay. Oh,
So
someone edited it.
You probably want to agree who is editing it at any one time. So if someone does want to go in there, just say, hey, look, guys, I'm going to edit this.
Oh, sorry.
Is anyone doing
it, but I should be done now.
Cool. All yours then, Sean. Linda's happy to do the middle of the night. That's when she normally does it anyway, so she'll stick with that.
Don't really mind.
Well, one watch has the minion with them, so I'm happy to take Thadar with me if you want to put Thadar on first.
That sounds smart.
And then we can have Lenza and Sean at the end, and we can have the 2 fighters in the middle. Does that make sense?
Yep. Okay. I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Someone editing it now.
I don't know.
Nope.
I'll do it then.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So Linza and Sean on the middle of the night. Then we got Hi.
As a side note, I cast over those 3 days. I cast Arcane Lock on some things.
Sure. Anything I need to worry about?
I don't think so. Backpack,
Right,
pearl
yeah.
bag.
Sure.
Oh no, I haven't started using it maliciously.
Yes.
Not that I would ever do that.
I mean, I like this. This is brilliant.
What do you mean I'm going to cast it on a building's door and then set that building on fire? You're crazy!
Aren't I?
I even have manipulate fire. Yay!
Done.
Can burn the inside of the building and not the outside. It's so good.
All right. Are you guys doing anything otherwise, or can we move you forward? It's up to you. I'm happy to do as much or as little as you want.
Can we get to does the book continue to speak to me? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Do I feel better?
In regards to...
Like, am I still coughing up blood? Or...
No, it was just a one-time.
Oh, okay.
It didn't reduce your health. It was just like you were... It's just like you became injured temporarily. Well, and then you didn't get better from it, but your body adapted.
Oh. Okay.
So your con wasn't reduced, and you didn't become sickly, but you just became a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yep. Hmm. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. It wants things from me.
It wants you to be happy.
Yeah.
In your final days.
I am kind of happy.
Then it's a win-win.
It's a win-win. No, not after that detect evil. It's definitely not a win-win. If only we could have been friends.
Do you wish I didn't do that now, do you?
But you are friends.
I need to get further away from it. That's what this is sounding a lot like. If it's still talking to me, this seems very bad. Let's get to this tree as soon as possible.
I'm just waiting for us to get there.
Okay, so
No.
anyone who has the vellum map?
I think I do.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so you can all kind of see it. It seems that a path is set upon it, and when you were heading to the Arashore Valley, if you ever glanced at the vellum map, you noticed that it seemed to be blank. There was nothing there. It was just an empty piece of vellum. But once you decided that you were going to follow the map and you unrolled it again, you saw that there was a path that seemed to be set, and the area of the valley around where you were going seemed to lay itself out upon the map, and it seems to change and move as you move through the landscape, almost as though it is a dynamic and living holographic projection upon it. And you can see a fairly direct path that you need to travel. So it is kind of a little bit freaky in that regard, but it's not talking to you, so there is that.
Bonus.
Asking me to eat
Yeah.
my companions.
Yep. So eventually you will get to about here. You've had no run-ins with anything. The road between Stumpflap and Hemulac, quiet. You saw nobody upon it. The wolves didn't follow you any further than about here. Okay, so they let you go. Obviously, they're quite happy to stay between the Varthwood and the Grove of Icicles. When you get to about here, just to the edge of that triangle, let's see if I can find this image. Image. Where did I put that image? Group image. Images. Where did I put it?
Gone.
An invisible displacer beast.
It's possible I may have put it somewhere. So it's not there. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's none of those. Oh, I know what it is. I put it.
I've been putting mine on the DM layer near where they go.
Yeah, this is an image though. So anyway, so I put it in the wrong spot. That's right. I put it more as a creature image, which I'll show you now. You see a single hill that seems to rise up slightly further than the rest of there is a mist around it, and as you gaze upon this tree, which is a dead, desolate tree, you seem to feel
Familiar.
Yeah.
Does it?
Does it want to rope us in? Continue.
It seems to like pull at you in a bad way, but it's not trying
I
to.
feel like it's branching out.
No.
I can't see it, that's all.
Because I haven't shown it to you yet.
Okay, right.
Perched
Just-
upon the branches of the trees seem to be figures.
Ooh. Is it a hanging tree? Oh.
Ooh.
How big do those figures seem to be?
Human size.
Fun.
They wear bedraggled rags, and their faces and their skin seem to be almost alabaster white, and their faces almost seem skull-like.
Get the feeling they might be a bit hungry. Probably for us.
And let me just check. If I've got everybody on this map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 PCs, 2 and 3 NPCs and 2 donkeys.
Nice. Everyone's here.
Yep.
I like everything except what's in the center of the map.
What, you mean the tree?
And the creatures upon it.
And as you gaze upon it, and the tree seems to draw your attention in a unnerving, kind of horrific manner, you notice that the creatures in the tree seem to start to twitch and seem to get excited about something, and you hear chattering, high-pitched, horrible, screeching chattering, as though numerous birds starting to talk to each other. And we can leave it there for the night.
Boo!
Oh, good.
Okay.
Excellent.
Cliffhanger!
Thank you, I think.
Yeah, that was alright. For you?
We eventually got somewhere.
Oh, I just encouraged Grail to, if he didn't see what I lost on Discord.
Alright, hang on a second. I will put you
Al's music appeal is good too, but
back up here actually.
Roll over one of those square mooks.
Dun, dun, dun.
Don't know why.
Welcome to Happy Friendly Nighttime Stories with Kindly Uncle Grail.
yep. I'm
Right.
looking forward to hearing that laugh on ×2 speed, Al.
Well, you'll have to let me know how that goes.
Uh,
Alright, well thanks for that. I
Thank
thought it was
you.
probably
Yeah.
better to end it there
Thanks,
than
everybody.
to begin something at this stage.
Yes.
Fair.
It's a good
indeed.
job.
Cool.
Very fair.
Alright, thanks guys.
Alright,
Cheers.
yeah.
See you later.
Stay up.